Hello, YouTube. Hello, everybody. My name is Andomir, and today in Talk and Talk, we're going to discuss a little bit about social repertory. And I have people here that they are very good on it, right? They are very social, very nice people. So, Iago, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Iago. I am 29. I live in Apoiarais, a small town in Ceará. I live here with my husband and seven cats. I work as an instructional designer. I love to read in my free time. I like embroidering too. And I'm a host here in TNT, and my immersion is on Friday, 6 p.m.
Okay.
No advertisement here. No advertisement. No, no,
No,
I'm just kidding.
not at all.
I'm just kidding. Thanks a lot, Iago. Clayton, your turn.
Okay, I'm Clayton. I'm 42 years. I live in Lisbon. I moving came here 2 years ago. I'm a project manager as a IT career, and I need to speak English because here we need to speak English if you have opportunity to work as IT. It is a big challenge for me. I studying maybe for 3 years. Uh, I have a private lessons and I have a good conversations here also because it is easy to connect with foreign here, and it's a pleasure to stay here in this day.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So, guys, let's start from the first question, then we can cheat a little bit. So, the question is, what is meant by social repertory, and how does it shape your individual identity? Clayton, you can start.
Okay, this topic is very important for me because I think the people need to have a good social repertoire to have a good conversation. Sometimes you connect with another person and you ask you something and the people don't answer nothing. It's a little bit frustrating because we need to establish a good conversation, make friendships, and the people don't having nothing to share with you. And I try to increase my repertoire, reading something, uh, books. How can newspapers, and for me
Okay.
it's a good opportunity to learn, and it's very important to me have this social repertoire. And I need to share one question with this group. uh,
Okay.
do you have experience in another group, and do you have unbalanced level of social repertoire?
Well, actually, I think this is the question that you made.
It's like this: you have a friendship or a friend, and this guy don't
Okay.
have the same level of you.
Okay. Don't know if I understood, but I will try to say some stuff. Actually, I think the social repertory, it's a way that we can find to find the connection, right? It's not
Okay.
something that win-win. In my opinion, it's not win-win because everybody you can talk with everybody, and I think everybody's interesting in somehow. So we can try to find the way to connect and learn from it, right? Even I think the more is the difference, more you can learn. That's like what I've lived, in my life because I've lived and moving in different states in Brazil. So nowadays I'm in Rio de Janeiro. So it's really different because I'm from Goiás. So it's kind of, I'm trying to understand the culture, the way the people talk, the way the people behave. And it's been very interesting, but it's very different. And I need to put some energy effort
Okay.
in that. So that's what I think. But Iago, what do you think about the first question and then the Clayton's question as well?
Mm, I think that for me, social repertory is about how we connect with other people. Not necessarily, I believe, not necessarily something that we have in common with other person, but what we can approach in, I don't know, with a social context that you need to connect with other people, but you don't know the person. I think that this social repertory is try to understand the context that we are and try to interact with other people. I'm thinking, for example, I think that you just a really good example about being in a new place, and I think that we can apply that for, I don't know, maybe being in a new job, a new company,
Exactly.
I don't know, maybe even a job interview that you don't know the person, but you need to click with the person, you need to make a connection. So, because for example, when I am in an interview, for example, I always try to leave an impression that the person can remember me because I don't know how many people they already saw, they already talked. So I really try to do this to leave something on the person's memory. And I think that is more related to that. That's not, I never saw this term, so I'm intrigued with the conversation right now.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, but I will try to provoke you both, right? Do you consider, Clayton, you're first, do you consider yourself sociable? And
Of course.
the the, the
Yes.
first the first question, the second question is, do you consider yourself interesting? An interesting person?
Okay, firstly, I'm very social. I don't have problems to make connections, but it's a little bit hard for me. Uh, Guys, the moment I need to speak something, especially using English as a second language. And
Okay.
here in Portugal, I'm a host for a group of conversation. All Thursday, I have
Congrats.
this conversation with I here, and it's a little bit hard for me because I need to uh, I take notes now, and I like this expression.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a 1 second.
No problem.
I saw this phrase here, and I need to get the ball rolling. I like so much this expression, and it's a little bit hard to. Oh, I need to think about this to ask something about another questions, and I'm not shy,
Mm-hmm.
but is a big effort for me. And I think maybe Iago is a little bit shy. I'm correct, Iago?
Probably, you're probably correct.
And
Uh,
uh, there another question, Iago. Sorry,
do you
I'm
consider,
missing here.
yeah, do you
And
consider yourself
I'm a
interesting and
little,
interesting
and
person?
I'm a little bit intense. I have a lot of story. If I don't have a story, I create now. I make jokes. I gossip. I don't have problems to speak. But the point of breakouts is a little bit hard for me because it's a little hard to handle with the questions. Oh, how's it going? Easy to speak, but you need to receive good feedback for another part.
Yeah, you need to, yeah, I got your point. Yeah. That's it because sometimes the people are very different. So I think it's take effort to do that. You need to invest some energy doing that. It's not
Yeah.
easy. It's something hard, and you are building. You're like how can how I would say you're building your signals, your language. You are improving your language, your social repertory. That's what we are talking about. Awesome, awesome. Thanks a lot. Clayton, how about you, Iago? Do you consider yourself sociable first? And do you consider yourself interesting person?
Think that I am in the middle when it comes to being sociable because I really need to feel the environment and the person to like, okay, I can trust people. I can talk to them without judgment, without me judging them or being judged, you know. And about what is the second question?
You consider yourself interesting.
Mm, that's a tricky one because I feel sometimes that I know a lot of things, but I have this thing that, oh, okay, I don't know if this is interesting enough to talk to other people. So, but I know that this might be more related to my inner saboteur, talking to myself, you know,
Mhm.
because we all have repertoire, we all come from different contexts. So, of course, we can be interesting, but sometimes I have this feeling that, okay, I don't think that I have anything to say about it because I don't know.
Okay. It's fair. It's fair. I think, I always like to say that I'm the king of the uninteresting stuff. I know a lot of uninteresting stuff, and I love to have this. I don't know why, but I love to know this kind of thing. And sometimes, I'm trying to know other people or the person, and I start to tell about stuff, uninteresting stuff. For example, something about culture that I like a lot, something about the behavior of the people, something about my job or geology, rocks, and so on, try to just to transfer the idea without intention, just to talk.
Okay.
Clayton, tell me about your experience being a kind of host, uh, conduct this conversation group, right?
Okay.
In
Okay.
Portugal. How it's been? How
Okay.
it's been?
Okay. When I arrived here, I have one is easy to live in Portugal because we speak the same language, but it's very hard. My first contact with a Portuguese here, I meet her near from my new apartment, and she speak with me, and I don't understand nothing. And another time, I meet with her again, and she spoke me 3 minutes after she asked to me again, Clayton, do you understand me? Sorry, madam, I understand a little bit. I apologize for this. It's a very hard for me for this moment, but in the future, I will be better. And I have bad experience here because I need 14 months to get my first job here because for ITs we need to have a good level of English. And my first experience in the meetup is like this TNT, but
Okay.
we have this platform online and presential. And my first contact is so awful because I'm sitting in the chair. I speak. The people speak a good and a high level English, and I think what I doing here because it's very very hard for me, and I'm very frustrated. Get out this place and go home. And I thought, oh God, it's not for me. And after that,
Wow.
I have idea to to do exchange, and I moved for Malta, and I live in Malta for 4 months. It's a beautiful place. I have a good experience. It's very easy to start a conversation with a student because you saw for one side or opposite side, you saw a student, and it's very easy. How's it going? What to our school? What do you like in
Mhm.
Malta? I get my job and I came back to Portugal, and I come back to meet up in the last year, August last year. And after I'm leadership of this group all weekend Thursday. I send message for the group, and we have a
Was a
conversation
turning
with
point,
maybe.
isn't it? Turning point here because the first experience was awful, and now you are the leader.
Yeah, No, but it's not problem, Endo, because we don't have
It's
another
nice.
leadership, and I'm here all the time this weekend. Oh, it's time to be a leader because we don't have leadership, and it's not problem for me because I'm feeling very comfortable now. I'm not shy. It is a good experience to connect with people of another country. It's so beautiful because I have a lot of information, make and it's very important to improve my English level with this group. And thanks to ask me about this question.
No, awesome. It's very nice to listen to this because I like to, listen about the people's process, the way that people try to conduct the self-experience and so on. So I think it's really
I'm
interesting.
not the best. I'm the best experience for me to share this because I'm very frustrating about English. I'm a teacher for IT and I have time, but the process for how can you help me? Adquirir is like acquaintance. The
I
process
think
for
it's
learning a
acquired.
new
Okay, no problem.
the process for learning a new language is so hard because you need to spend a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of and sometimes you
Mm,
think, oh man, I stay here at 3 months, my English level is not the best. I need to get a job and what I need to do for the best in the moment. And I have a one question to share with this group. We need to maintain constancy and all the time we studying 10 minutes, 20 minutes and have a conversation. Don't be shy
mhm.
and this is a good way to improve your English.
Was a question?
No,
I
I
didn't
share my
understand.
experience.
Okay, okay. Uh, I didn't understand. Are you try to find a question or something like that or not? Just
No, I
you
did not
just shared
answer the
because
question. I
you
shared,
told that I have a question for this group and I didn't understand.
this group is among us.
Okay, okay. So I will, go towards, yeah, Iago. Tell me about your experience here being a host, man, because, very recently, so I think it's interesting to listen from you, what you've seen in terms of social repertory, the difference, the people, try to handle differences because the people, sometimes they are kind of warm and you need to
Yes,
shape.
I think that for me, I always find that it's a little bit difficult at the beginning because I don't know if that happens for you because I think that sometimes people always book emotions on the same time because I don't know, maybe that's something because I
Yeah,
do
you're right.
usually
Yeah, you're
that
right.
I
Your
book
perception is right.
uh, on the same immersions and see the same people. So it's very new for me because I don't know anyone that was in my immersions. It was always that first time with me and me meeting them for the first time. And for me, I always find that this connection at the beginning is a little bit hard um, to know because sometimes I think that I find difficult to have small talks. Oh, okay, how are you? How's the weather? How was your
Okay.
day? I find a little difficult to have this kind of conversation. I don't know why, because we are having this constantly. So, but for me, being a host, I think that is being really about this connection with other people because we need to make an effort to be interested in other people, to really listen to them, and to make connections with what they are saying. And for me, it seems that it's another level than just being here in your immersion, for example, because, for example, I'm here, but when I'm not while I'm not speaking, for example, I'm looking to the other screen because it's my working hours, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I am listening. I'm listening to the conversation, but in a way that I am listening, I am understanding, but I'm not fully present as I need to be as a host, you know. Because as a host, I really need to listen every single person and every single answer because I don't know
Yeah.
if you don't listen with the other person is saying something will pass on
Yeah.
and the person might ask you some question or say something that can be a good hook for continuing the conversation. And we might not have that, but it's been a really interesting experience. And I think that being able to lead, even if it's a conversation in another language, it's something really good to exercise, you know. And yeah, I'm really enjoying being here as a host. But yeah,
See.
you have some challenges, but
Yeah, I think
it
it's
are some good challenges.
exactly. I think
Congratulations.
we are improving the art of speech or something like that. Handle situations, for
Yeah,
example. Sometimes I remember in the very beginning was very hard for me because, sometimes the people they have very, how can I say, very heavy opinions about the stuffs, and it's starting some conflicts, and you need to all calm down. Let's just handle here, okay? It's
Well,
interesting, but
yeah.
it's an art and art, like you start to be more. For example, something that I like to do here is try to maintain more natural, the natural of myself, the way I am, and the more natural the conversation, to address to the people, because the more you can do this, more you can connect the people, right? Like focus on the conversation, focus on the stuff. So I think this is interesting manners. But in the beginning, it's hard because you are, for example, kind of, excited and nervous about the beginning, nervous about the topic, nervous about the question. So your brain split the energy in the thinking, but you try to become more natural, and I feel we flow. For example, Clayton
Yes.
said about studying English can be frustrated, right? Okay. For me, we have a point when we can enjoy the learning, and when you got at this point, man, it's not something that you can be angry about. For example, here I'm studying with you, right? We are always
yeah, that,
studying English, improving and so on. But it's not something that, oh my God, my English, or I commit that mistake, or the pronunciation of this or that. Oh my God, I need to, review this or that. It's just the conversation. And then I can, oh, for example, I learned this expression here, that get ball rolling. Awesome. Something that I'm learning here, that get ball
oh
rolling.
God, it's good. I need to ask you one question for you guys. How long have been you studying English, and how was the process to accept a host with Felipe? Because you share your experience is a little bit hard at the beginning, but it's very hard because you need to split attention, pay attention to the questions, get the ball rolling because need to feel or the feeling is good or it's not, and you have all things in the same time. And how is important to you this space to develop your English skill?
Wow. Iago, you can answer first.
I I think that for me, my English journey really began, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, I think, because I'm graduating in English actually.
Oh, good.
I have a degree and I
It's
was a
other level.
teacher.
It's other level, Clayton, other
Maybe I
level.
need
Yes.
to get out
Yeah, okay.
now
Yeah.
because oh God,
I'm
please.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. And then I was a teacher for a while, but having a degree in English doesn't mean too much because I feel that I only really embrace the English when I was able to speak, and I was afraid to speak for a long time. I was okay listening. I was okay reading books, articles, anything in English. But I wasn't comfortable speaking, and I think that I only became comfortable speaking it was maybe 3 years ago that I started in a free community that you have people all around the world. And then last year, I joined here in Talk and Talk. And I think that for me, this process of okay, I can listen, I can read, I can understand. I only need to build my confidence because that's the only thing that is stopping me to moving forward in this learning process. And of course, sometimes I feel that I have a lot to improve. There are some subjects here that I don't know how to answer. I have a friend here in TNT that I always joke to her that when I have some difficult topic to talk about it, I always says that I try to be really I don't know what term in English for that, but verborrágico,
Okay.
so I can use all the words that I know to try to say something about the subject. So that's a strategy that I have when I'm not that familiar with the subject. And I think that the big difference being here in TNT is that we have the opportunity to talk about all kinds of different things, and we never, not never, because somehow we talk about some topics that can be related to each other. But I feel that we always have interesting conversations because we are always talking about different things in different immersions, and every host it can be really different, the conversation and the immersion. So yeah. mm, and then I am still in this learning process. I never feel that I am totally comfortable with the language. I try to feel the way that I am comfortable with the language so I can be more confident, but I don't know. I need to speak with natives so I can, okay, my English is good. Last week I had an interview with a native from United States, and I was okay. My English is really great
Congratulations.
because I was
Awesome.
able to carry a 30-minute conversation and it was fine. So uh, for me, that's like the proof that I need that I am on the right track.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we Brazilians, we care a lot about this kind of thing of level and so on. For example, in my project, I try to I need to present in workshop, and was interesting because was from for some guys that they are live in Houston and other in France. So it was interesting because I never spoken English there, the project in the lab. But when I start to talk, the people, turn to me, turn the face to me. Oh, and the guy that is French, actually, he says something like, "Oh, muito bom, very good English." Yeah,
I like the behavior
yeah,
of gringos.
muito bom. It was interesting because he asked me how did I learn, right? And I started. I told him that was from Talk and Talk and so on. I became a voice is a platform and so on and all this advertisement. I told him, and he was very surprised with the process. And I think here is the more natural way that we can do is exactly what we are doing. Try to to speak without without how can I say lost energy with other stuffs, like just to get the ball rolling, and that's it.
I need to share
Oh,
one question.
Go ahead, Clayton.
It's a little bit short. We don't be afraid about we about this level of English, because in most part of the world people don't have the good level. Exceptionally about Portugal, the level is high because the guy is studying from the beginning at the university. And but if you're working for a multinational company, the same level is this like us. And I spend maybe 4 or 5 months to understand this question, and I'm very afraid. Oh, I'm a project manager. I stay in the position of leadership because my job, and oh, I don't have the high level of communication. I need to C1 level, a C2 for get my job, but I have a lot of conversations here, and a lot of people said, oh, your English is good, is enough to find your job. And after you improve your English working, and you need to find one opportunity to develop your career, your language. And don't be afraid, and don't be shy, and spoke most part of the time as possible.
Exactly. I totally agree. And nowadays I don't care anymore about this kind of thing because it's kind of, I don't know, I think we care a lot about natives judgment, something like that. So
No, no.
especially we Brazilian, yeah, natives.
Oh, bro, you mentioned the hard question. The problem is Brazilian. It's not about native speakers. In most part of the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
I don't have a problem about the guys for another part of the world. I have problems about Brazilians and Portuguese, because Portuguese is a high level, and I'm very shy to speak English with a Portuguese. And oh, this guy have the same language as me, and make mistakes. And in case of Brazil, the human resource is so bad to, oh, your English not the bad, you make mistake here, you don't ready for
Exactly.
position.
I think
It's a bullshit, bros.
yeah, I think all our education is based on it, like try to judge and to correct all the time. Nowadays, I'm giving some lessons about writing in English, writing articles, to publish in high level journal. And it's interesting because sometimes I need to tell the student, man, just write something.
Yeah.
You can commit mistakes, no problem. Just write, and then we can correct, review the stuff and the idea. Let's you try to concentrate on it and be calm. Just do. But for the people, a kind of self-judgment, that they had some pain, in suffering doing this. So I don't know. I think it's the core of our education cause this. This is something that I'm thinking a lot, and especially nowadays that I'm reading some books like this. Uh, oh, oh my God. Oh no,
Sérgio Rodrigues.
exactly. Yeah, Sérgio Rodrigues, Escrever é Humano. Como dar a vida à sua escrita em tempos de robôs.
Okay,
That's
but
especially about the creativity, it's
okay.
about creativity and art. For this reason, I like to bring this kind of topic because it's something that is related to be more yourself, to be free, to express yourself, that you can talk, you can write, you can put your ideas on the world, right? That's the point of the conversation, the point of the stuff. Iago, how was for you? Uh, when you when you start to when when did you feel that you like, oh, my English is good, because you told me that you are graduating English, right? So only recently you start to be started to be more okay with your level and so on. But how was this process, like, you see yourself, oh, now I feel that I something like that, now I feel that I can, or something.
I I think that for me it was something. when I started joining conversations in groups. I started in this group that have people from all around the world, so I was able to listen a lot of different accents, and we were all there to talk about very similar what we do here, to talk about a specific subject. And I think that and I think that for me was when I noticed that, oh, okay, I don't think that my accent matters that much because I know I'm here with people. I don't know. I think that we had people from Iran or Ukraine, uh, and and we all had really different accents, and we all was able to understand each other. So for me, having this experience with these people was really a turning point because, oh, okay, I think that if I can connect with these people that have different backgrounds and different accents, and we can understand each other, I don't think that my accent matter that much. So why am I not comfortable speaking English? And when I had this feeling, it was something that really clicked. And okay, my accent don't matter. I don't need to make it perfect. Of course, I try to build the right structure in my head, Uh, and I say that not in the way that I think about it, but in the way that okay, I know the structure, I know a few words, I have some background, I have some context to talk about something or anything, and let's do it. And and I think that for me was that really achieving confidence. But I always feel that I don't know if I start talking in English for I don't know maybe 1 month. I feel that I don't
Yeah.
know anything when I come back. I think that this year I had 1 month like this because I think that I wasn't here for 1 month, one month and a half, and and I really had this feeling that okay, I need to put some oil on the wheel, so I
Yeah,
can go again.
yeah. Awesome. This is um very good. Clayton, I have a question for you then. You said the way you said it, uh, that you don't care much about the people's journey, right? About the
Yeah.
English level, and you told this. How was for you the impact of this in your self-perception? For example, I've seen people when they kind of, be aware about that they are speaking a good English or a nice English, they start to be more happy because it's about self-confidence. So,
Yeah.
oh man, I learned that. So it's so interesting to see the people afraid in the very beginning of the talking, like this talking talk, very beginning, afraid to say the words and so careful and okay. And when the people, naturally became more free, they start to be more happy speaking,
Yeah.
the presence, even the body, the gestures change a lot. So I would like to know from you, how was for you this
Okay.
this process, if you notice that.
Okay. I said I'm studying English for 3 years. You don't answer about my question. How long have you studying, Andrew?
5 years. 5 years.
Okay. When I came here in Portugal, I have this experience in this meetup is so bad. After I go to Malta, is a country near from south of Italy, and I pay for lessons in school, but I don't like so much for this school because we have a lot of Brazilians, Colombians, Chinese, and Japanese in my room, and it's a little bit hard because the accent is so hard, and I don't like about my level in the school. I don't have the best level when uh, I'm staying in the school, but it's very hard to move for the next level. I get out of the school and I make connections with a Venezuelan woman, and she helped me a lot. Once I meet with her all days after 5 p.m. I bought wine, bread, and something another things, and I spend a lot of time with her and another person in Malta. After I came to Portugal, I'm very excited to, oh, I have a good conversation. It's a good time for me. I make connections with a foreign. When I came from Portugal again, I have the same idea. Oh, my English not the best. I break ice. I don't have problem to speak with people here, and I'm very excited because I have a good connections here. I spend a long time to speak English with guys here, make jokes. It's a little bit hard make jokes in other language, but once I used a bad word, and the guy, oh bro, you said this word. We have the same idea, but you spoke firstly. The guy need to answer this, and it's very
That's
good for me
nice.
now. And I said it's not a good experience for me because it's a long time. I have idea to get one job speaking English is I'm very frustrated about this because sometimes you go, oh God, I spend a lot of time, money, and I don't have the good level. But in the last months, I received a good feedback about my English level, and most part of the time, the foreign don't uh, don't uh, don't give you bad feedbacks, and it's so important because I'm free now, make mistakes, speak wrongly, but I it's a little bit different when you have your knowledge to another language and it's possible to speak with a foreign here. My last conversation about meetup, in the table we have three teachers from United Kingdom. Two from United Kingdom, once for German, Hamburg, and a Portuguese, and another guy from is like Iceland, is Ireland. I don't know what's the best. And bro is very excited to speak for another culture, another idea. We spoke about the frango com quiabo and the chicken and okra. Do you know okra is a quiabo?
Didn't
Uh,
know. Okay.
Yes, one guy said, "Oh, I like so much about Brazilian food. I have experience to chicken, and I don't know how to say this is like okra. What mean okra?" I said, "Oh, it's a quiabo. Oh, now I
Oh,
know about okra." And
okay.
so
Okay.
this guy have a shared experience to foods in United Kingdom and another part of the world, and it's very good for me. I meet with a woman last Sunday from United Kingdom. She's so kind all the time. She's so beautiful, and she loves the parts of Brazil. And oh, we need to make a partner of conversation. And I'm not to you, but it's possible to exchange language. And I like somewhat the British accent, but she have a clear accent. And most part of the time, the accent from United Kingdom is so hard of Ireland, and it's a good experience. As Thiago said, the another accent is so hard in the first, but you train your listen to understand another accent is very important for me
Perfect.
to share this with you, and I'm very happy to stay here.
Okay. I'm happy as well. I think it's all about accepting mistakes and errors that you can commit because it's all about feel free to what you want or what you like the most. For example, here what you are saying is not about the language itself. It's about being yourself, right? Like express
Yeah.
yourself, your life. It's your life. It's about your life. So I think language, I can, say that studying English brought me a lot of insights about education, about being human, about a lot of stuff, because I like to make this connection, this link about the language, the symbols, the culture, our lives, our behavior. And so on. I think it's interesting to see that it's not about only the language itself. So when we see the people learning very happy, you can feel this energy, like the people more, uplifting energy. So it's interesting to see that.
I agree.
Let me see a question here. We have 8 minutes. Did you expose yourself in somehow to get a social repertory in, I don't know, maybe once in your life? To expose yourself, like, oh, I need to be there to learn some, I don't know, some communication, some behaviors,
Mm,
to pretend
I
or not.
Yes, I think that having intention on doing this, I think that is being here on Talk and Talk, for example, because I have the intention to be here and to talk with
Mhm.
other people about the different subjects. But in my life, usually that's not something that I look for, these opportunities to expose and I don't know, be with people that I don't know. I think that for me, I find difficult, as I said, because I need some time to feel comfortable with other people, and sometimes I it seems like I don't have enough repertoire to talk with people that I don't know. So I have this difficulty still, and I'm trying to move on this. I think that maybe not bringing the focus to this and just being open to talk with other people can be something that can change for me. But that's not something that I necessarily look for, that I am excited for.
This is interesting. I ask that because, for example, here in Rio, I start to dance charme, to go to the charm party, right? So, but charm is a culture, very interesting and specific. So I start first, I need to. I went there in the place, and the place where the people are dancing, and I start to just look, pay attention, the people moving, the way they talk, and so on. I try to capture some stuff, and then I started to dance as well. So now, I'm just trying to learn more. But for me, it's interesting to, you know, go to some place to learn how the people behave. It's interesting here. For example, I've learning a lot from talking talk a lot, because how different people, they think differently as well. So yeah, it's very insightful, right? Clayton, how about you? Have you do this? Like, have you done this? Like, go to a place to learn some the way to behave, to pretend something, to learn to get some social repertory.
Uh, for me, it's very easy to connect with another person because I have this opportunity in my meetup and another meetups, and it's so easy to. Iago said, it's a little bit hard to have a short conversation. For me, it's very easy to. Thiago, you need to give me a moment, please. You need to learning to training questions about short conversation. The the phrase most powerful for you is tell me more about yourself, or tell me more about this topic. bro, is so powerful because the people need to speak. And I have this question for Endo because we started the post, and I have this idea, but I said it's a little bit hard to management all things in the same time. But it's very powerful to ask, hey, you said this. Tell me more about this question. I'm very interested about this. It's so powerful. And answer directly your question. I use internet to find information. I travel for United Kingdom last February, and I use the internet a lot to find information about this country. I love so much. Is a big country, is a big city. London is very important to know about the history of this place. And Second War, I have opportunity to go for a museum of the war near from my hostel, and man, it's a big experience because I have a possibility to see things I read in the past and find information. And it's common for me to use internet to gather information about this situation. And I like so much to have a conversation, to know this question. Maybe I like this idea and to have freak conversation. Oh, tell me about this question. Oh, it's so
Okay.
interesting for me. I don't know much so this question, but can you share your experience about this? And it's very, very important to create connections and ask this question for create a clear communication.
Yeah, perfect. Guys, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for, be present here. Thanks a lot for this conversation. It was really awesome. I like a lot when we can, maintain a good conversation without answering questions. Specifically this question, for me, it's awesome. It's a pleasure because it's something natural and, tranquil. I like this. And enjoy the rest of your day. Have a very nice week and see you in the next week, right?
Thanks so
Bye
much
bye,
for your time.
Iago. Bye bye, Clayton. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Bye,
Bye.
Iago.